Good evening. Welcome to Gooner Booth podcast. It's the big one. It's the North London derby, and we've got some guests on tonight. Welcome him, David, fellow Arsenal supporter, and we have a Spurs supporter on tonight. Thank you for joining, Alfie. Much appreciated.
Yeah, cheers, boys. Thanks for joining.
Cool. Before we get into it,
Pleasure.
please smash a like on the video and leave your comments in. Let's get into it. So, first North London derby of the season. Not been great on the old injury front. We'll get into that very shortly. Alfie will give us some of the Tottenham news coming out. But yeah, it's a big one. Wayne, do you want to start us off?
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Yeah, it's a tough one. It's, as I say, you'll see in my my build-up, boys, and I'm not really overly confident on what Arteta's saying in terms of the team. I've gone quite conservative, and it's, to be fair, other than the injury at the back to Big Gabs, I've kind of kept it in a way, because you don't know. Obviously, you understand with Mikel, he doesn't want to give a lot away. So, yeah, it's, Spurs fans are telling me, obviously I've not spoke in depth with Alf. I've got a couple of Spurs fans at work, they're not confident. For me, with North London derby, it doesn't matter about form. If Arsenal been in good form, doesn't necessarily mean we're going to win. Tottenham were, in better form. We were absolutely shocking. We were in the pits, and we could turn up. So it's just one of them games where I think, obviously, you can't say something's going to happen. I hope it as an Arsenal fan, but yeah, I'm still on that, boys, because obviously the injury news, nothing's come out yet. So yeah. Yeah,
I don't know if you see the press conference, David and Wayne. Alf, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't have watched Arteta's press conference, but if you did, please jump in. But yeah, he wasn't giving anything away. Reading between the lines, I mean, Arteta loves playing games. I think we've noticed over the years. He's not gonna show his cards. But it's either one or two things. We're going to start off with Mourinho again, which I'm going to absolutely crap my pants if we're going into the same lineup that we did against Sunderland, with a really strong bench, or we're going to have a few surprises, which ain't going to come out until the starting 11. David, I'll bring you in. What's your thoughts on the game?
My thoughts is that Tottenham have got injuries just like us.
Yeah.
But the fact is that we've got a big enough squad to cope with the injuries. I don't think Tottenham have. That's not a dig at Tottenham. That's just the way I see it. The players coming in defensively, I don't think it's going to be a worry to us because we've got so many defenders. Okay, Calafiori may be out, but we've got Mascara, we've got Incapi, we've got Lewis Skelly, who's hardly kicked a ball. Okay, it's not our first choice. We would like Big Gabby there. For me, what I think we lose out on Big Gabby is going forward. It's the set pieces in the attacking box. That guy is always good to get his head on the ball. Whether it goes in, fair enough, but he's eager to get his head on the ball, The injuries, I do think that we are going to have a few surprises. I think that there's going to be a few more players that come into the team. Maybe that they're not fully cooked. They're just half-baked, But I do think that there will be a couple. Maybe Odegaard, maybe I think Gyökeres. I do think Gyökeres will maybe start this game. Yeah. That's my general thing. The overall riding of the game is Tottenham have been a better away than they have been at home this season. So if you ask them, they probably would prefer to come to the Emirates and play us, even though their record there is not very strong. But it's a North London derby, as you said, Wayne. The form goes out the window. You've got to earn the right to play your ball, haven't you? You've got the first 10, 15 minutes, get your tackles in early, boys. Leave one on them if you can. That's just the way it goes, isn't it, That's basically it, mate, in my opinion.
Before I move over to Alf, an interesting stat. Arsenal are unbeaten in 31 home league derbies since 2010.
So good stats. That's good stats. You can't argue that. They're facts, aren't they,
Yeah. Alf, give us a Tottenham perspective. What's your thoughts?
On the Tottenham perspective, it don't look great because probably the media are if you look at the percentage of who's going to win, it's probably going to be looked at Arsenal more than Tottenham.
True.
I made David right as well, that Arsenal's squad depth compared to ours is much better.
Mm.
It's been Tottenham haven't had the greatest of squad depth for ages, probably since that 2016-17 squad.
Yes,
which we took it far. You know, we finished second in the league. We done well. But no, I think I'm excited for the game.
Mm.
You know, Arsenal got Gabriel out. You know, I don't know whether they have, but I think Gyökeres is out. I don't know.
50-50.
Yeah, he's gone 50-50 on a lot of the injury updates.
Ralph. He was very sort of vague with it, matey. I think what it is with Mikel, Alf, he plays a lot of games in the media. You know, the big Gabby news. There's people telling us it's 1 month, it's 2 months. He's saying weeks. So all I'd say to you boys is just obviously for him. You know, if someone's telling you in the background when you're watching your Arsenal sort of, I've gone a lot of, as you've seen the streams, David, and obviously Alf when you watch me, boy. I've gone X a lot, you know, and a lot of people say certain stuff, you know, and there's people saying, oh, what it looks like it is 1 to 2 months, and then Mikel comes out and he says weeks, you know. Madueke, he's going to be out for 2 months. Mikel says weeks. So yeah, all I'd say, like you said, I agree with you, David, in your point. I think it's one of them, mate. There's going to be a few surprises. He just doesn't want to give them away. So yeah, but obviously, like Tony said, Alf, you got any? Is there any other news, mate? You on Spurs and that, and your teams, and any kind of injury worries you guys have got?
I saw obviously last night, going all week really, going into this North London derby. You know, with Tottenham having their worries of Solanke being out, of Kolo Muani breaking his jaw.
He broke his jaw.
Yeah, he fractured his jaw. So instantly that put him out. I thought, oh great, we're gonna have Richarlison, which Richarlison's been good for us. He's scored goals this season, but him in the North London derby, can I see him scoring goals or getting chances? Not really.
See him sent off.
So
He's a bit over emotional.
He's temperament.
He is.
Yeah.
He can get goals. The boy can get goals.
He can. But you know, we had more injury worries with Pape Sarr being out. We had Bergvall got a foot injury. So all week you've been in doubt of who starts in midfield, who starts up front, what does the team look like? But then literally today, I got a notification literally from FootMob that Pape Sarr, Rando Colomani and Bergvall are all deemed fit by Thomas Frank, so they're all available.
Right. So he's playing games as well.
Yeah,
mind games aside.
It's mind games.
So we just have to see whether they are or what he's doing. I don't know.
It's good stuff.
But,
it's good stuff. We want a stronger team as possible on both sides, really, don't we? We want a good game.
100%, David. Yeah, true. 100%, mate. That's it.
I won't be as confident if I see the starting 11. It's the same that goes up against Sunderland, and we'll get into them very shortly. But if we go into that game and we've got, you know, Odegaard, I would take Odegaard, Gyökeres, and Madueke. Right, that'd be a boost for us.
Big stuff.
Them three are back in the squad.
Oh, yeah, what I want to say to you boys, I know again, Alf, and don't you worry, matey, we will obviously include you as well. But in terms of an Arsenal side, I've heard rumours of Martinelli, boys. So look out for him as well. I think he could potentially be one who's further along. So again, he's not giving anything away. But
boys, think, if you can say, would you not say though, boys, that recently in the last few games, one of our better performers would have been Leandro Trossard, which everyone's crying out for another player to come in and fill the left-hand wing position. But this guy, I know he's not a runner. I know he's not going to break the line and he ain't going to run in behind. But what he does do is give him a shot in the box. The guy is a clutch player that can score goals for us. He's one of the best finishers at the club, isn't he, really?
100%. No, he is. And there's someone actually pointed it out, and you're right to point it out, David. You know, obviously, I think we haven't obviously seen Gyökeres at he's sort of like full tilt, but you're 100% right. Trossard is at this moment in time the best finisher at the club, and he has been for quite a number of years. And I think
I'd
obviously
say Calafiori might put his hand up on that one though as well.
Bloody, I know, mate. I know.
No, sorry, to throw a curveball. Sorry, Wayne. Sorry.
No, mate. Oh no, I agree with you. No, honestly,
give that ball an half volley in the edge of the box, mate. Yeah. He's hitting that clean, mate.
Yeah.
So question on that.
Technique.
Question on that, boys. Alf, feel free to join in as well, mate. Would you think it would be harsh if Odegaard's fully fit for this game and Eze goes out on the left? Would you think that'd be harsh on Trossard, or do you think that we go with that's our strongest 11? What's your thoughts on that?
It's a tough one, isn't it? Because if their fullbacks are Ndoggy and Pedro Porro, or Jed Spence and Pedro Porro, then obviously you would expect. I think Saka might have a bit of a tough time with Jed Spence because I do actually rate Jed Spence.
He's quick. He's a good player.
Pedro Porro's a good player, but I rate him more going forward than I do defensively.
I think Pedro Porro will be a little bit frightened to see Trossard after what he done to him in the last home game.
Well, this is what I'm saying. You know, it's like maybe pace and power is not the right sort of trick for this game. Maybe a little bit of goal, a little bit of dropping the shoulder. Back, a little bit of 1-2. Maybe who knows? Who knows? I ain't the manager, but that's what I kind of think sometimes. It ain't all about dribbling past him because you got to put the right ball in, isn't you?
Well, that's the sorry, Tan. I wanted to interject and obviously add an Alfie sort of like thing. The one thing I worry about, boys, obviously with Trossard, I think obviously it can be a little bit harsh tone. You boys will see my personal starting 11. We're going to go on to Alf's as well. But the one person that does scare me a bit in terms of it, like obviously we know what Richarlison brings, but I think a fully sort of with confidence, with his teammates' confidence, is Kudus.
I was going to say that.
My worry, which I think you'll agree with me, Alf, I think if someone's going to hurt us on Sunday, will be Kudus. Would you agree with that, Alf?
Pull Sank out the bag.
Well, I would. I generally, I think this season Kudus has been one of our best players, not if the best player this season. Like, he's up there with obviously all the best stats in the league, but some people might say stats don't matter. Some people say stats do mean everything for a player, but I would agree. Kudus is probably one of our best players this season. So yeah.
I mean,
he's a danger man, I'd say, Tone.
Yeah, he has caused us problems with West Ham as well, hasn't he, at the Emirates? So it's a good stumping
This
ground.
is what I'm saying, Tone. I've got sort of like PTSD with Kudus, so we're fully aware he could cause us problems, mate. Yeah.
West Ham players.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Someone put 6 there, whatever. Oh, is that stupid number that everyone's coming about?
I don't go too much in. I was just talking to. I just had one of my eldest friends over, and her dad picked her up. He explained it to me, and I don't understand 6-7. I don't understand it, but there you go. It's a trend. It's a trend, guys.
Yeah, well,
nothing to do with football, but just 100%.
That blew straight over my head, boys.
Alfie will be able to explain it to us, but
maybe off air explain it to us.
It's like describing that to us, Alf, is like describing the offside rule to your missus, mate.
Yeah, it's not gonna compute. I still can't get my head around it. So yeah.
So Boz90 says 3-0 easy win. Thank you for the comment.
I like his confidence.
Thank you. We appreciate the comments, guys. Please keep them coming. We've got some guests as well. I'm sure they'd like to answer the questions as well. But yeah, thank you, guys. Keep them questions coming.
Question for the people watching: who do you think is going to be starting for the Gunners? Who's fit? Who's Arteta hiding under the rug to come out?
Yeah.
Cool. Should we get into the starting 11s, guys?
Yeah, I'd like to explain myself, but I'm going to let you boys have a comment first, please. But I will explain. It's been a tough one for me.
I'm hoping you guys can see this.
No, it's a lot clearer. It's good.
Yeah,
good. We can see it. Mate.
Can you see that, Alf? Yeah.
Yeah.
So Wayne, this is mine, boys.
I'm not going to lie, Wayne. If I see this 11 starting, I'm going to be nervous.
Are you talking about Moreno though, Tone, up top?
Yeah. Well, I just think the whole. At this moment in time, right? Tell me if you think I'm wrong. I think Eze's not doing a job in that number 10 role, and I think having Odegaard back would create that little bit of that space, right? I think it's fair to say from what we've seen of Eze, and he's still learning his trade and how Arsenal play, right? So you can't get on his back too much. He's a brilliant player. but I think Odegaard knows that system. And if you got if you got Odegaard and Gyökeres back, that pressing is a completely game changer because that aggressive pressing will go back to how it was before. Eze's not quite sure whether to go or hold. So if I see that 11, I'm going to be slightly nervous purely because I think Tottenham can hurt us on the break. And if we don't start off quickly, we could be looking at another Sunderland situation where we can go a goal down. So what's your thoughts on that, guys?
Yeah, good. What's that? 2-2. Well, thanks for joining, mate. I can imagine a draw would.
That's my mate.
Is that your mate? Is it? Nathan?
Yeah, that's my mate. That's my mate.
Yeah, brilliant, Alf. Yeah, no, everyone.
Nice one, boys.
Yeah, cheers for joining.
Let's hope you're wrong, Nathan, but thank you for the comment.
Yeah, we hope you're wrong, but thank you. Thanks for joining. I want to obviously give you boys a chance. I'll explain my thing because as I say, David, as you said, obviously we don't know. We know, and Tony, you've just made that. I'm not going to step all over your point. For me, and it would be harsh, David, as well, because of what you said with Trossard, and I agree. I don't think he should be dropped, but I think obviously, if you had Odegaard, it will be a toss-up between Trossard and Eze. Why I picked this, boys, is because, like I say, when you're coming on here and Mikel Arteta's give you nothing, so all I was saying is if they're fit, then Gyökeres and Odegaard comes into that starting 11 for me, and I think that improves. Would you agree, David, first? And
definitely.
Yeah.
No, if them two guys are fit, they've got to start, haven't they? Yeah. Come on now, we've got the captain of the side, and we got our.
He's got to play.
And we got our bagsman. We can't leave our goal scorer on the bench, can we? You know? Yeah. Come on,
if they're fit. My worry, I mean, against these, you want your strongest. My worry is obviously in terms of hamstring, how fully sort of like fit is Gyökeres, because he does a lot of work up top there, you know. And
he's a willing runner.
I'm worried about that, matey. I'm definitely worried.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Thanks for joining, Holes. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, so another thing, obviously, with like we've just said, and Tony said, and David and myself, Alf, would this lineup scare you, mate, as a Tottenham fan?
Honestly, majority of it would. You know, the Trossard, Eze, Saka, Rice, Mendy, Calafiori. You know, there's two people in the squad that I would think, okay, like you haven't seen much of them. Obviously, Marino, you have seen much of. Marino scores goals. You know, he's proved it last season and this season. Like he can score goals. He can do a job up front. So that does give me a little bit of worry, just because obviously like I said, he's a proven goal scorer, even though he's meant to be a centre mid. The one person that I can't judge is in Hincapié, because I've never seen him play.
Yeah.
If it was me, I'll put Mosquera in, only because he's proven and he's shown that he's a very, very talented young centre back.
Ask Tony, Alf. I mean, I did actually have him in because of that.
Wayne had him in, and I just don't. Arteta's his attention to detail is
balance,
enough, right?
He wants balance.
He won't do it purely because of right footer. Exactly, Dave. Yeah, he will never ever play a right footer at left centre half, right? No. Unless he was desperate, right?
Look how many times Gabriel's been injured. Have we seen Saliba switch to the left hand side?
Yeah,
no, he don't play that way.
Whilst we're talking about defence,
you know, it's like balance. He likes balance, doesn't he? You know, that's
so what we were saying, Alf, is obviously, and what David's alluding to as well, is that he's very sort of, which I like that. I used to like it back in the day. I'm going to go.
Cheers, Mark.
Cheers, Marky. What I was alluding to, sorry, was and I loved it when back in the day we had like Emmanuel Petit on the left, or we had an Edu on the left of midfield. You had like a Vieira or Gilberto on the right. He's doing it in the defence now, Alf, in terms of obviously the two left footers, left centre back, left back is left footed, right centre back, right back is right footed.
It is very old school.
So that's the thing, Alf. I agree with you in terms of that. I think, but he's going to go. I think he's going to want to go with a left hand bias sort of thing with a left footer, matey.
You could almost swap Calafiori and Hincapié with each other.
That's what I'm saying, David. 100%.
You could almost do that, boys, couldn't you? You know.
Yeah. My biggest worry about that back line, right? And we've had it on a few occasions, right? I was talking to someone about this at work, right? When Gabriel is fit and Saliba's injured, I don't know about you, but I've not noticed much of a difference in terms of the fact that when Mosquera come in, he done a job, right? That just goes to show how strong Big Gabs is as a defender and a communicator. I think Saliba is our Rolls Royce centre half to the point where I don't think he's going to be that commanding to the person next to him. And we see that last season with Kivior, but they developed a partnership. But I found that Saliba was at his most clumsiest when Gabs weren't next to him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's definitely a worry, Tone. Yeah, definitely. I think obviously if you're going to look for that, and like Alfie said in terms for Tottenham for that, looking for any kind of yes, Marky, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
You know, that's where I think they're gonna kind of target boys. And like David said as well, this is one thing with my head, but I think you can obviously alternate that. Calafiori, it depends who's stronger. In Hincapié has also played left back for a lot of time at Bayer Leverkusen, and he's been sort of like a flying kind of fullback style. Yeah. So it could be that Calafiori will be the natural step in for Gabriel, and Hincapié plays at left back. Or let's not rule out MLS, like you said, David. I love MLS. I love the boy. I think his future can remain in midfield, but at the moment we need to kind of learn the trade.
My problem is if you remember the West Ham home game, I'll take you back last season, right? West Ham beat us comfortably at the Emirates, right? Who was their main player? Kundus, right? Who couldn't handle him?
I agree with him. MLS, 100%.
Couldn't handle him, couldn't get anywhere near him. So I would rather.
Did he get sent off in that game?
He got sent off.
He did, David. Yeah. I think Kundus just literally had him on touch.
He got sent off on like the halfway line. He tried dragging him or something. Didn't he?
Couldn't handle him. And I feel like Hincapié would put. I think anyone's going to struggle against him.
Hincapié's really quick. He's really quick.
Yeah.
He's aggressive. What I've seen of him has not been very much. He likes to get to the ball. He's very eager to win the ball.
But my worry with that is look who's refereeing this game.
Oh, here we go. Oh no! Don't get me started, boys. Oh, don't. Don't. We don't want the narrative. Boys.
Do you remember, Alf? We've got some previews with Michael Oliver, mate. So we're not looking forward to it in that sense as well, boy. So.
The last time he refed us, he set MLS off for a standard yellow card. So
Trossard for kicking the ball away.
Kick out away at Man City.
Man City players have totally done MMA or karate on another player. That's not even a yellow card.
That's not even it. Yeah. Exactly. No. Yeah.
Yeah. $5,000 to go and ref a match in Qatar. But here we go. The emails are coming out, boys.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, I'm not bitter. I'm not bitter.
I agree with you, though, mate. That's the thing.
Cool. Alf, do you want to talk us through Tottenham?
Yeah, it's your turn now. You talk us through what your one, mate. Yours, and let us know what you. Who have you got to watch out for other than Kudus, Tom? Alf, sorry.
Well, I've done this lineup because it's, in my eyes, I don't know whether other Tottenham fans would agree, but in my eyes, this is the strongest lineup you're probably going to get. Maybe you could change a Doggy for Spence because Spence has been very good this season, and he finished last season off very good. And like you said, he earned a spot in Postecoglou's final few games as boss, and now he's obviously started majority of the games for Thomas Frank. But I mean, other players that I think could be dangerous in this game could be Paulinho, because he's got the most tackles won in the Prem, and he's just that solid CDM that we've been needing for a while to kind of fill that gap, to kind of get us out of trouble with defence or any mistakes made. But other than that, I think it's our strongest squad. And we're playing against Arsenal at the Emirates. Obviously, our away form's been good, very good. I think we've lost one in the last 6 or something away, which is very good. Our home record, on the other hand, if we was at home, I definitely would not be confident, winning 3 in our last 19. So, there's, like I said, 2 hopes that give me in this game would be Gabriel being out and also that we're away. But other than that, that's just my view on it.
Xavi Simons, Talk me through him. I mean, because we were linked
Well,
to him as well.
what's yours as a
the
Tottenham
take on
fan? Yeah, it's a
I
good
think
question,
it's.
Simon. What
I
do you
think
think?
he should
What do
be
you think,
named
Paul?
Xavi. Yeah, I don't think he should have the name Xavi.
No,
He's not. He's not on Xavi's level.
no.
In my opinion, when we signed Javi Simmons, because obviously we went for Eze, and then the hijack deal for Arsenal happened. That kind of killed every Tottenham fan. Then I feel like the Javi Simmons signing kind of brung it back. All the Tottenham fans are like, okay,
it was a good name.
It was a good replacement to go and grab off RB Leipzig, who surprisingly they were willing to sell him, which I was surprised about. But I mean, he hasn't started probably the life that he's want to have. He hasn't started the best.
Yeah.
Alfie, would you say he's a bit like he gets pushed off the ball a bit too easy? He needs to like bulk up a little bit. Would you say that's fair?
I feel like that is fair, because obviously Bundesliga's a completely different league to
Farmers
the Prem.
League, mate, isn't it?
Well, exactly. It's questionable. Do you know what I mean? So probably in the Bundesliga you get freedom. Like watch a few games, whether that's Bayern Munich or anything, and they get freedom. They've got time on the ball. The defenders kind of lay off them so they can do their techie dribbles and get all this starlight for being the best players. Don't get me wrong, Javi Simmons is a very good player.
Oh, definitely.
But I just feel like, some people have said to me, like a couple of my mates have said, Javi Simmons ain't good. It's not that he's not good. It's just that he needs to adapt to the Premier League.
That's facts. That is facts, mate.
But
some people do.
Another one as well, Alf, and I'm not going to try not to disturb. Please keep your thought. I just want to add in there, boys, and he's also been apparently he's out for 7 weeks. But Wirtz as well has come from the German league. A lot more, double the money of Simmons.
Yeah,
and he struggled as well. So
it's a good point. Lightweight as well. He's been pushed off the ball as well, isn't he?
100%,
right,
David.
That's
exactly.
a great comparison. That's a great comparison.
A good example is Harry Kane. Like what he's doing so well out there because he's not getting
exactly.
He smashed it, isn't he?
He's smashing it because he's sort of like he's Prem ready, and he's absolutely smashing it out in Germany. And that's the thing as well, Alf. Is obviously with Simmons as well as Wirtz, they're struggling because the physicality. It's a different kind of league here.
Well,
So it's one of them, matey. But I think
Do you not think Bentancur will start over Papassar though?
I was going to say that. That's good question. Yeah.
Bentancur is
the double pivot. He likes to play a double pivot, doesn't he? Thomas.
He does. He does. Yeah, but I feel with Bentancur, I feel like him next to Paulinho is kind of when we're pushing forward.
Yeah.
When we're pushing forward, in my eyes, you obviously want. Simmons goes forward with the attack. So the only reason I put Pape Sarr in there is because if you've got a CDM like Paulinho, then surely Sarr can just sit a little bit in front of him to block that gap.
I agree with your midfield, Alf. I'd say your midfield's better than the one he's playing at the moment. That one's like, but then again, it's what tactics he wants to play. Does he want to come to the Emirates and play low block and play set piece game with us? Does he want to play corners and free kicks with us? Because Thomas Frank's known for that in Brentford. He's good for that. He is good for that. Or does he want to try and take it to us early and want to open us up? With your attacking injuries, I would say that's probably not going to happen. Like Kulusevski's out, like Solanke's out, Maddison's out. Now you put Maddison next to Paulinho. Now you're talking about a whole different dynamic, in my opinion. I just think that you've got a few injuries, like your back four and your goalkeeper and your defence is pretty much set, isn't it? Like that's your. Yeah. Would you say like Jed Spencer or Ndogi, or who else would come in apart from them? I'd say that's pretty much your best defence.
Yeah, probably because, like you said, Jed Spence is definitely in question for right back or left back. Can play.
Yeah,
either
both
one,
of them really. He could play in either one, really, couldn't he, mate?
Yeah, exactly. But then, other than that, Kevin Danso.
Yeah, not over Romero or Van der Ven, is he?
No,
he's not breaking it.
Thomas Frank's got this thing where he's done a thing in training when he first joined where he's seen who's got the longest throw to try and nick a goal out of it. But I feel like if you're only starting Kevin Danso for a long throw, then you're kind of putting yourself vulnerable at the back.
That's true. That's true, mate. That's true.
Yeah.
Play your best defenders. Play your best
it
defence.
negates it, doesn't it, Alf? There's one strength, but if it's another different weakness, it's going to weaken the team. So.
Yeah.
So interesting stat, right? For Wayne and David on the call. Arsenal have scored 10 goals from set pieces this season. Tottenham have only conceded 2 set piece goals this season.
That's fact.
Where's the game going to be won?
Well, this exactly. David, I'm going to let you answer that first, matey, because I do this all the time. So I'll let you answer that one, matey, first, and I'll go.
Right. So I've been thinking about this. Now, I generally think that this game will be won in midfield. Now, the reason why I think that it'll be won in midfield is because that we've got too much energy, pace, power, and goal for Paulinho to do it on his own. Okay, if he has Bentancur, I'm not sort of putting them players down, because I do actually rate the Tottenham midfield. They're okay. They're good players. They're good players, you know. But I just think Rice will run around them. He's got too much energy. He's going to be pressing. Now, if we do have Odegaard as well, he initiates the press. They set traps as well. They let players go in. Now, I was thinking about what you said earlier, Wayne, is about changing Trossard and putting Eze in. Now, this is Eze's first North London derby. He's a fully fledged Arsenal supporter. All his family, all his brothers. If there's going to be 2 games that he wants to absolutely do well in, Crystal Palace and Tottenham.
Yeah.
Now, so do I actually say, like, Eze, mate, you've been a little bit cold. You ain't done that much for us. But let's play Eze on the left hand side if Odegaard's fit, and then we go from there.
Yeah.
I could see a few like sort of like cringes from Alfie, like thinking, "Oh no, you know what I mean?"
If there's a comment that's come in.
No, sorry, David. I think fully respect to that, matey. I think he's Alfie's mate is on. He's asked him a question there. Can you see that, Alf?
Sorry, boys.
Yeah,
I've got zoomed in too much. I can't
that's
actually see what they're saying. Sorry, boys.
It's cool.
It's that zooming in. When you zoom in, zoom out with this, David. I have to do it all the time. You might see me on the screen.
Boys. I'm learning as I go. I'm a newbie. Yeah.
So he's talking about Mattis Tell up front, Alf.
There's something with Matisse Tell is like, again, it's like, I don't, obviously with Tottenham, obviously since Harry Kane's left, we've struggled to find that striker that could do what Harry Kane did, whether that's, be a goal scorer. But with Matisse Tell, I feel like we've signed him because he's young, and he hasn't really been given that opportunity to kind of start.
Do you think that
firing.
was a panic buy at the time?
Yeah, I feel like it was, because like buying Solanke, we bought Solanke like, I think it was a few months after obviously Kane had gone. We brought him in the summer window, I think, Solanke. And in my eyes, I thought, okay, that's a good signing. Solanke's been doing really well for Bournemouth.
20 goals that season.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Done very well.
He was the main kind of person at Bournemouth. So I thought, okay, that's a good signing. But then, like Tone's just said, like, I think Matisse Tell was a panic buy, because instantly they thought, okay, because there was rumours obviously Richarlison's going to leave. So they've instantly thought, okay, Richarlison's gone. Let's say Richarlison goes. We've just brought Solanke. If he gets injured, we need a backup one. We need to go and buy.
Yeah, because at the time, he was under a lot of pressure, wasn't he? At the time, he had loads of injuries. So, yeah.
Another one I want to suggest to you, Tone. Sorry, Tone, Alf. I apologise. I'm sorry interjecting there, mate. Just another one on that one, Alf. There has been rumours as well with a couple of Premier League teams. Listen, I would have him, and I'll back myself up. I would have had him. Ivan Toney. Now Thomas Frank is obviously knows him, and there is talk in the January transfer window. Again, boys, I'm not a transfer guru. I just want to chuck.
That'd be a good sign.
I also think for you boys as well, for yourself, David and Tony, obviously what you think. But what would you say about that, Alf? Would you? I mean, there is talk, because obviously Thomas Frank knows him and has history with him. He could be looking to. He might have made a few phone calls to him.
How old?
I think it's just 29, 30, Alf, I think.
That's
something like that.
That's right. Get 3-4 years out of him. 3-4 years out of him at the top standard.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, like I was just talking when we signed Solanke, other names came in the conversation, and Ivan Toney was one of them.
Mm.
But I felt like because where Ivan Toney was, by this time, you know, we signed Solanke with Postecoglou, and Postecoglou's kind of team was built on attackers because he played a very attacking game, right? So I feel like because Brentford's Ivan Toney and Solanke was both in form, I feel like for Brentford, Ivan Toney was like Solanke, where it was just he was the main target for them. And I felt like in Thomas Frank's eyes, he didn't want to lose him. But it's the same. We could go for him in January, and he might obviously now he's obviously in Saudi. He might think, okay, yeah, you know, I want to finish my career in the Prem. But you know, when Thomas Frank became our manager, we also had rumours going around that we would get Brian Mbeumo and Wissa. You know, they would come with him.
I know. But another thing now, Alf, sorry to interject as well. He's not going to be back, and apparently, boys, we've lost Tony for some reason. I don't know what's happened there. Apparently, Wissa might be out until the AFCON, and they're saying, does he come back before, or does he go right? I'm fit to play for my country, because he's not played for Newcastle, has he? So I think that's sort of like a bullet dodge, really.
Yeah,
you know. So we lost you for a bit there, Tony. Right, mate?
Yeah, sorry, my eyes are a bit sore. Enough camera to sort it out. That was going on. Sorry, guys.
Fair enough. Not a problem. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, so no, that's it, mate. It is. I just wanted to swing that to your boys as well, because it's an interesting one. There's been a lot of sort of like rumours of Premier League interest again. I don't know. Obviously, he's earned his money out in Saudi now, so you think Ivan wants to come back into England? One to watch in January.
You think that'd be a loan or purchase? If it's a purchase, that it's going to be.
That's it. That's the question, Tone, isn't it? Really?
You'll have to take a wage cut, surely.
It would massively, David, 100%. Yeah.
He ain't coming to Tottenham on them wages, is he? You know what I mean?
Nah, they're ridiculous.
They'll have to subsidise most of it, 70% of the wages or something, for him to go on loan if that's what he wants to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it'll be interesting. One to watch, though. I just wanted to chuck that in because obviously, you know, Solanke's been injured and stuff. But like I agree with what Alf was getting at.
Ain't a bad shot.
It's, you know, I get as well, Alf. It could be, you could look at it obviously like with Solanke. It's sometimes when you're the main man at certain teams, you're fantastic, you know. But I still think in terms of a Premier League team, I personally, for me, boys, I wanted Ivan Toney, and he went to Saudi. We've got Gyökeres. I'm happy with that, more than happy with that. And we've got Havertz in the background. Jesus is sort of like working his way back to match fitness. I'm not fussed with the up front at the moment, as long as they stay fit. But at the time, I thought Ivan Toney, David Raya knows him from Brentford, that long kick, you know. But Havertz does that, don't he? Havertz fights for the ball in the air. So you kind of negating Havertz, and Havertz has literally been out for all of 2025, though, boys, isn't he? Literally.
My only thing with Havertz, right, and I know he's going to do it, is he has to find a role for him in the team. And I'd rather leave him on the bench. If Gyökeres is doing the job, you've got Odegaard, you've got Eze, leave him on the bench.
Gyökeres should be our number 9, Tone. There's no argument there.
Take the guy. But last season, he was playing him in attacking midfield. You know, I just don't think. I don't think he's been doing. I don't really rate him as highly as Wayne does. Well, I think Wayne loves him.
Havertz?
Havertz. I don't rate him that highly.
He does. Yeah, I'll rate him. Tony don't.
In my opinion, with Havertz is like so basically compare both of them, right? So Moreno was bought as a left-sided 8. Havertz was bought as a left-sided 8, right? Now, who's had more impact on the team in crucial moments, in my opinion, it's been Moreno.
Yeah.
Now Moreno, if you're going to if you say there's an header coming in, there's a cross coming in, you got to get your head on the ball to score. I'd rather Moreno go up for that header than Havertz. I've seen it come off his shoulder. Yeah. Like there was one meme of Havertz. He was playing for Chelsea at the time, and he had it was an open goal, and he missed the goal, and he shot it past the goal, and he landed it in a bucket. The thing is with Havertz, he's like another Jesus. He gets to the goal line, and he's got no end. He's got no. Okay, occasionally Havertz will score a major goal for. Like he scored the winning goal in the Champions League final. He's a good player. But in my opinion, I don't think that we need him at our club on that money. I think he's on too much money to be on the bench. You can't have a player like him or Jesus because they're on like 500 grand a week. them two, and
That's
then
it,
Hardy kicking the
500
ball.
Yeah,
plus. Yeah, that's the
my worry
argument, David. Definitely. And
Yeah,
one
my
I- one
worry
I
is
would-
as soon as sorry, Wayne. My worry is as
No,
soon
no,
as he
go on.
comes back, he's gonna play him ahead of Gyökeres.
No, we don't.
No.
The thing is, he actually suits the team that we was last season when we needed a false nine. But now this time around, we've actually got more attacking threat. We've got Madueke, we've got Eze. Now we should be trying to unlock the keys of the teams that are setting back on us. Playing low blocks on us. We need the magical moment, the top bins, or the eye through the the eye through the needle pass, or whatever it is.
Which is Odegaard at the moment is the one.
Any bit of brilliance. We need that sort of bomb techie moment, like Eze. What he done against Palace, he was having not a very good game before that, but then he come out with some mad kung fu kick type volley, and he won us the game. Yeah. This is the thing about these players; they're not going to play like numbers, like get it right, dum 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 dum. What they're going to do is produce it on the moment, aren't they? They're moments players. That's the point I'm trying to make. We need a few more moments players to create them.
That's why my argument, David, as well, and you're right, mate. Like I said to Tony, and you obviously when you watch these streams, that what I say in terms of squad depth, if you haven't got the money for it, then watch out for Liverpool, because I think they're swinging. But I want Semenyo. I want players. I want a player like that as well. And the thing is, as well, is like you said, that's 100% right, mate. You've got Havertz. Havertz is on 275, and I think Jesus is also close to that. That's a lot of money to have for players that you don't want to start. Havertz, Jesus for squad depth is what I'm getting at. Sorry, as well, boys. Would say if there's an opportunity for a player like Semenyo, who is an Arsenal fan, by the way, that you're going to get, I'll go for it, and if I have to sacrifice one of them, I would sacrifice it. Which is, it's one of them at the moment, really. But you're right, it's way too much wages to have on the bench. But I think in terms of going for trying to get your silver over the line, if you have to swallow it, but I don't want to lose Semenyo over it. But that might be something you have to do, really, But another thing I want to swing you away before I hand back over is that I think Havertz, my opinion with him, he's not a number 9, he's a number 10. And he can play that role if needed. Drop Odegaard slightly back. In terms of teams that are sitting, if you're struggling, Havertz behind Gyökeres, not a replacement for Gyökeres, not a starter in front of Gyökeres, backup. And that's why I'd also argue as well, if you've got a Jesus who's your backup striker, he can give Gyökeres a rest. So we might just
bring Jesus on with 10-15 minutes. He's going to run them ragged.
100%.
He's going to run them ragged.
The wages are crazy, though, dude. I'm with you. The wages are ridiculous.
For him to be a sub for 10-15 minutes.
That's what I'm saying, mate.
That's the problem. If he was on 100 grand, you'd say all day long.
You wouldn't be batting an eyelid.
We'll take that all day long, but that's because he's on too much money. That's the problem.
I think Havertz has got a clause in his contract where he has to start, be a starter. Because there has been moments where he's been playing absolutely dog shit, and he's been starting games.
I think he's Arteta's signing. I think Arteta.
No, Arteta falls to David 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Arteta don't want to be wrong about him because they paid a lot of money for him and give him a lot of wages. So I'm not against Arteta. I'm not an Arteta out guy who's got this mad agenda.
No, you're right in that. He could have bought a number 9. You're 100% right with that, David.
Ivan Toney, what Alfie was saying at the same point, or what you said, Wayne.
Ivan Toney was available, David.
Was on the same sort of market as him at that point, wasn't he?
And we signed Havertz. So that was an Arteta intervention, which you're right. Thank you, Nathan. Yeah, thanks again for the comment, mate.
Semenyo would be a great signing.
Semenyo would be a great signing.
Oh yeah, but I did hear a thing, boys. Sorry to interrupt. I know I'm talking a lot.
You think about it. Just say it, my friend. Go for it.
That's it, boys. But I heard a lot of things, rumours, is saying that what we're doing is we're actually using the Semenyo one, doing the Berta. Berta likes to use 2 transfers against one another, a little bit of tactic. It's actually for more Rodrigo. Rodrigo from Real Madrid for 65, 70 million. It's more the ones I'm hearing more about that we're more in line with. I'm hearing Semenyo is actually going to go to Liverpool.
Yeah, I think he'll be a
That's
great
the
signing
things
for
I'm
Liverpool.
hearing, boys.
Yeah, that's it. That is it, mate. Also, as well, I mean, as much as I don't know what if Alfie, no, I mean, whatever it comes on. Also, as well, Tottenham are wanting to look at him in January. He's unhappy. So Rodrigo, that's a good shout and a good reminder, actually, David.
He ain't
so
got no numbers this season. He's hardly kicked the ball, isn't he? You know.
Yeah, they're saying about exactly. I mean, as Alfie said about stats and stuff like that. With him, it depends if he's happy. He's not happy at Real Madrid. And for whatever I love Eze. I've loved Eze for years, so I wanted him. But I think someone was saying, and listen, boys, I'm not saying it. Sanchez was a one of a kind.
Oh,
if you've got a left winger like a Sanchez,
a worker like that,
and but is Rodrigo
Teca's ability as well?
Sanchez. It's Sanchez in this football team changes the game completely.
Yeah,
a Santi Cazorla in this team changes the game.
Slow down, Wayne.
Now
we're getting,
and like Alfie, and I'm sure Mark watching. It's like Modric for Modric was coming.
Modric. Oh, come on, absolute baller.
Modric and Bale.
And Modric and Bale was Tottenham. That was and
don't sleep on Defoe either. Defoe was a good player.
Don't remind me, but he was fantastic. Yeah, I know.
He's in the 100 league goal club, isn't he? You know what I mean?
Of course he is. I know Mark will agree with there, mate. He used to love Defoe, so here all the time. But yeah, mate, he's it's just one of them, really, isn't it? At the thing, it's you can dream, but can you really?
Well, this is the thing. If you really like look at it. Sounds like Dave's in pain.
Yeah.
What's it, me mic, or is it just me voice? Actually, I've got a really bad cold.
That's our boy in the chat, Wayne. In our WhatsApp
group. Yeah. Right. Yes. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, mate. He's sorry. Jesus, that took me a while to twig. Evening, matey.
Yeah. Our fire's kicking in, Dave.
That's it, mate. It's old age, boys. It creeps up on you slowly, boys. But once you're there, you're there.
We've got a young pup in Alfie. Just he's bright, and we're thinking it's bedtime. Alfie's
living life, mate.
Yeah.
Dear.
Cool. Look, we've been on stream for 45 minutes, guys. Should we go around and get predicted scorelines for Sunday's game?
Yeah.
Wayne, start off with you.
Listen, me nephew's here. I can't swear. Listen, I think it's going to be a tough one. I think it's going to be close. I think, like Alfie's obviously alluded to, and we have as well. I think obviously the bench. It depends obviously in terms of the bench. My Moreno starting, I would say more so like David's alluded to, putting it in the back of the net. So instead of diverting, if he goes with what that is going to go, I say it's going to be a struggle. So that's why I'm waffling on. I think 2-1, boys, because I think obviously it depends on who's back. I think I think we can win 2-1. I think Frank, he comes to the Emirates and he brings his Brentford team here, boys. Just be careful because he knows how to play against us at the Emirates.
Scrappy.
It's going to be a scrappy game, a very close one.
Scrappy.
Yeah.
Cool. Alf.
Yeah, obviously I'm.
Go on, Alf. We're Chester.
Listen, mate, if you believe
you
say what you think, my boy. Honestly, Alf.
All right, back to the club.
Like Uncle Wayne said, like Thomas Frank knows how to play, like against Arsenal or whatever. He's done it at Brentford. Like whether that's beating Arsenal, beating us, beating he knows how to play against teams.
He's a good manager. He knows how to sell.
Yeah, exactly. So in my eyes, I think either 2-1 us. Whether that's going to be
Alf.
Come on, boy. Whether that's like we nick a early goal, Arsenal level it, and we nick a late one, or something like that. Yeah. Or I could see it going into.
Sorry to interrupt you, Alf. I'll be interested to see how we cope with that at the Emirates for conceding a goal early.
Alf, honestly to God, listen, your Harry Kane days, your Son days, Tottenham are more than capable of coming to the Emirates Stadium, nicking a goal, and it's a difficult thing to keep on doing. And you're right.
What would be bitter for us if they nick it from a set piece on us?
Honestly,
1-0 to the Tottenham.
Wouldn't it, mate?
1-0 to the Tottenham. Hey, come on now, boys. Like you're Stoke, like we're Stoke, and then you're like Huddersfield or something like that, or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dave, what's your prediction?
3-1 Arsenal.
3-1 Arsenal.
I think we're going to come out the blocks flying. That's my genuine thing. I think we're going to go like 1-2-0 up quite early on in the first half. And I do generally think that Spurs Like whether we get the third goal and we sort of relax and then Spurs get, I do actually see Spurs scoring against us because we ain't got Gabby, because we're a little bit new. We're just learning, you know, like how to play partners with one another, whatever. But I do generally think it's like 3-1, something like that. Yeah.
Cool. I've got 2 scorelines, right, and mine's based on the team news, right. If we go out with that team that Wayne suggested that we may go out with, I'm going to go with 1-1.
Ooh,
right?
Yeah.
Because
Okay,
I think Tottenham will. Thomas Frank, as you say, he knows how to come to the Emirates. He knows how to frustrate. Brentford have done it to us for years. I think they'll sit 2 banks of 4, come break us down. You ain't scoring from a set piece. We're on that. Their defensive stability has improved this season under him. And you know they're going to be well set up. You just know that, right? However, if I see Odegaard, Madueke, Gyökeres in that starting 11, or even on the bench, then I think I'm going to go with 2-0.
Control.
Yeah. I think we'll just have a little bit. I think too much firepower for Tottenham because they will. I think Thomas Frank's quite. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Ralph. I think that he's quite stubborn in how he plays, and he won't veer away from that, even if he sees us with a full attacking, our full strength team.
That's what we were saying on the lineup. He probably will play Bentancur and
I think in terms of sitting, David, 100%. You're 100%.
He likes to play the double pivot, doesn't he?
Yeah,
he won't be deterred from that.
Yeah, he won't open up against us at the Emirates because I think he knows that.
It would be kind of silly though to do that again. What Anne's done, and everyone was criticising Anne for playing eye lines and all that stuff last season. If you think about it, what would you want your manager to do if we were Tottenham supporters now? I know it's like, you know what I mean, like a bit of a bad word, you know what I mean, an Arsenal pop. But if we were Tottenham supporters, we would want him to sit back, try and shit ours a point. You know, that's.
Of course you would, David. Yeah, I think that's what I'm saying to you as well. I think I've seen the Brentford teams come to the Emirates under Thomas Frank and frustrate, and we've had to grind it out. And like you say, for me, on a personal level, like I've said, if like Antony has just said a minute ago, but if you've got for me, this is what I would just have a look for argument's sake and bear with me, boys. If these are fit and you had Gyökeres, Odegaard, Eza, and Saka as your 4, I would say this is going to be a game, and
you know, should be goals.
We're going to score goals. But I think that the way that he's going to set up, it will frustrate. And again, you've got to realise as well with Odegaard, if he does start Odegaard, it'd be match freshness. Tottenham can soak it up with Moreno. I don't want it. I just think obviously it depends what he's going to surprise. So that's why my lineup was like that. If we got Moreno, I think Tottenham can soak up a lot of pressure.
The other thing, boys,
we have to watch out on set pieces, isn't it?
The other thing to put into perspective is that it's Bayern Munich and Chelsea next.
Yeah.
So does he save Gyökeres for Bayern Munich?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we've got such a difficult run-in coming up.
We've had easy games.
We went through it in another podcast.
And all of you sort of obviously I know Alf, you won't. But yeah, sorry, Tony. It's just I just don't want to ping his Amy boys, you know.
No,
my problem I've got.
Don't go back to square one.
Yeah, my problem I've got. Yeah, Alf, you can give us your view on this as well. I think if City go top, no one's shifting them. That's my view. If they go top, during Christmas, they from experience know how to see that through.
They're only Haaland short injury away from crumbling.
Thank you, David. Let me put
they're only a
question
Haaland
to him there.
Short of crumbling.
Yeah.
That's
all right, Tony. Come the middle of December. Would you see if you let us know if you agree with me as well, Alf? Come the middle of December, Haaland goes out for 4 to 6 weeks. Where's their goal?
He's been running ragged for Norway, trying to get him in the World Cup.
He will if a Man City team without Haaland, Tone, will struggle.
He's not there. They ain't got the firepower. Mamouche and Cherky and whoever else you want to
throw there. They're not going to put his numbers up, and I think that's what it is.
All of them can't score the numbers.
You know, Donnarumma's a decent. He's a good keeper.
Oh yeah,
he has weaknesses.
He's
a good keeper.
Yeah,
but they are reliant on Donnarumma and Haaland. If Rodri's in and out of fitness, Yeah, that's a totally different conversation.
Oh
Tone,
yeah,
but I
we
just
could have
wanna,
gone for another half hour on that one.
We could
Yeah.
go for another half hour, but
So
I'm just
I'm
saying,
gonna I'm gonna have a little 5-minute while we got Dave on the stream and now Alfie on the stream. Me and Wayne's had this debate. I'm gonna ask it to you, David. Alfie, you feel free to give your opinion on it. We had it at very, very beginning of the season. We're both very different on it.
yeah, I'm going to sit back and I'm going to enjoy it. Come on, boys.
Cool. If Arteta does not win the league, do we keep him as manager?
No.
No?
No.
Oh, okay.
He's got to win one of the big ones. Right. Let me put that into perspective. If he wins Carabao Cup, FA Cup, and he comes like Champions League finalist or semi-finalist, and he comes second in the league, then mate, hold on a minute. Come on now. He's still won 2 cups. He's got second in both places. You can see a progression there again. If he don't win one of the big ones, and he wins a Carabao Cup and he comes second again, I'm sorry, I think it's time to move on. He's had his time, in my opinion.
Okay. Alf?
What do you think, Alf, as a Tottenham supporter?
Well,
you probably love it to see him go.
I think it's tough to even say because obviously I'm a Tottenham fan, not an Arsenal fan. But if you're asking me, like Davis just said, if he wins a Carabao Cup, FA Cup, he gets far in the Champions League, he finishes second in the league, then yeah, he does deserve to stay. Because he's proven that the team that he has, he can win stuff with. But if you've just won, say he just wins a Carabao Cup, obviously he gets knocked out of the FA Cup, he does okay in the Champions League, whether that's quarter final, and you finish second in the league, then questions need to be asked because
definitely, in my
Carabao
opinion,
Cup for an Arsenal team that have been up there for 3 years consistently, battling out from City and Liverpool. I think a Carabao Cup is not something that you want as an Arsenal fan with the team that you have. You need
the
something
lowest of below, isn't it? Like
exactly. You need
not to be sniffed at. If you had that,
on
another thing.
You spent a lot of money as well, right?
That's what I'd like to 100%. I'd like to just chime in there and say that for me, I'm on the fence, David, with it. But I do agree with the sentiment because I believe, and obviously I know you Tony tells me you do catch up as well, and anyone can clarify what I'm saying. I'm not contradicting myself.
No, boys. No, so I know you.
I do believe, like Tony has just said, and Alf, we all agree as well, boy. He has spent the money. He's got the squad depth. And bar maybe a Worldy, a Semenyo, or Rodrigo at left wing, he has got the team, in my opinion.
He's got the tools now. He's got the tools.
He's got the tools, and he needs to win one of the big ones. And
I think,
I can't argue that case. I like Arteta. I'm a massive fan of him, but I think progression and what we've done this summer means that we have to win one of the major things, and this team has to go to that level. One thing I will say, David, in terms of the Carabao Cup, and the same as well, Alf, I said this to Tony again on the stream, and I will repeat myself. If we win a Carabao Cup and you lift it in the end of February, March, then that should be giving you a lift. To show these boys that they can lift it together.
That might actually be the thing that we need to keep them on.
That's what I'm saying.
You are right.
And I agree with you what you boys are saying. I mean, again, I prefer, for me personally, I don't want to finish second again.
No.
It's 3 times in a row. We've had it twice with 115 charges, Man City. I don't want it again. We've had PGMO Liverpool win it.
Hey.
I can't be having this a fourth time, boys. I can't be having this, boys. All right. We got to win it, but I think that I would go for the Carabao, David. And if you agree with me, Alf, to try and to start that winning nature to lift a trophy together, an actual trophy as opposed to a one-off Community Shield.
No, that's it, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's it, boys, isn't it? You got to win one. You got to win one of the big ones to be recognised as a good team.
Yeah, that'll be the stepping stone. That big one, David. That's what we want.
That's what we need now because we have got a good side. There's no doubt about it. Everyone in the league fears us. They do. Yeah. They do, whether they like to admit it or not.
When they're fully fit, the depth is ridiculous.
Mate, we've got the best. We have got the best squad in the league, probably in Europe. If you look at it, if you look at the players, player for player, we have got a really deep squad. Yeah.
Although if
So
you're-
it's time for us to do it now. Stop it. What we in phase 7 of Arteta? What's he? Year 6 or year
There's
5?
so many phases there.
What
mate.
what are the
I
ops
get
trying
what
to
you're
say to us? The Chelsea and the Man U's
Yeah,
and the Liverpool.
exactly. I know,
Oh, your
I know.
manager, he don't. Well, right now he's got the squad. He's got out the deadwood. Now he's brought in his own players. Now we've got a director of football who's actually not taking no BS off of people.
Yeah.
Out you go, in you come, bump, bump, bump. It's time for us to start showing it now.
It is. We've got the tools, and Bert, and well done for bringing him as well. Because again, Bert was a
He's
big,
been different class. He has.
He's a different class as a director of football. Yeah, and whatever it is, whatever we brought him in, you know what I mean. Sporting director, sorry.
No, that's it, boys. That's it, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Cool. I think we wrap it up there, guys. It's been on nearly for an hour. Some really good conversation.
It's gone by. It's to be fair. I mean, me and Tony can waffle for an hour anyway. But it's been a pleasure with everyone, boys. We appreciate both David and Al for taking out your time on a Friday evening, boys. It's been educational and enjoyable. Thank you both.
Al,
Cool.
pleasure to meet you, mate. Have a good weekend.
You too.
Cheers,
Thank
guys.
you.
Please
Cheers.
smash a
Have a
like
good weekend.
and subscribe. Have a good
Yes,
weekend.
please like and
And
subscribe. And
please-
thanks for watching.
Tune in for
Have a good weekend, boys. Nice one,
reaction.
Wayne. Nice one, Tone. Thanks for your time, boys. Yeah.
Cheers.
Pleasure.
No way. See you soon. Take care, guys.
Bye,
Cheers.
boys.
Take care, guys.